Scrappy friends, I have a old For the Love of Homemade Kits layout for you today. This is back from when I was in Hawaii. I still have some videos that I had yet to finish editing, and from it was so crazy with the move, I just didn't get it edited. So it's edited now and ready for your viewing pleasure. I thought I'd share it because I really liked this layout, and I just really love this concept of using my stash to build a kit. It's just a really fun way to get some extra layouts done using my stash, and that's not just using, my new kits or whatever from the kit clubs that I get and all that good stuff. So I have some old stuff, some new stuff, and yeah. So as you can see, I have some Amy Tangerine, I have some Dear Lizzie, and I'm just building some stuff to figure out how I'm going to put. I am using these two 4x6s. I know it's not really cool to use 4x6s. I don't understand why. A lot of this was being talked about in Scrap Gals this week. And I was like, well, I use a lot of 4x6s or 6x4s just because I usually don't want to cut up my photos because of the way I took them. I really like to see, or I take a close-up and it just feels weird. So, yeah. I decided to move that up. I didn't think it looked good with that gap. And I'm just going to follow it through, make it look like it's all the way there. I really love these photos. So the whole time while I was in Hawaii, my one of my goals was to get a picture of these cardinals. The cardinals in Hawaii are so different than the cardinals that I have seen on the mainland. Being from upstate New York, I'm used to seeing, the full red cardinals, and these just have their heads are red, and then their body is mostly white, and then they'll have like blue or grayish looking feathers like for their wings and stuff, and they're gorgeous and they're just really fun to watch. They're all over the place. And so it wasn't until almost we left that I got some really good shots. So we were at Waimea Falls and hiking, doing like a kind of nature walk hiking thing. And of course my kids are like, whoa, and it's near the end. And I see this guy, he's just singing away and hopping from branch to branch. And then he's kind of sitting there. And I had to get a picture of him. I just had to. So I took out my big lens. I have a nice big one that does close-ups and stuff. And I really love it for stuff like this, and I was able to get some really good shots, so I am scrapping them. So now I'm working on building my title, and I'm using Beautiful in my title, and then I'm going to use some different letter stickers because I really like the way that it looks. And in my kit, I had these Chickanitty black and white ones. I really love them, but they're kind of hard to use because you almost have to outline them because it's a lot going on with these stripes. Otherwise, they don't really show up, especially if you use them like how I am, underneath or on top of that red and red, the tone-on-tone color pattern with the bow ties. They're just so cute. I thought it was perfect. So I also pulled out some old letters because I didn't have enough to do the whole title. And the red, I really like it. It really pops. It really helps like bring in that red from his head. And I will say one thing I learned about these cardinals is they're not your typical cardinals anyway. They're actually from Brazil, and they were imported into Hawaii, probably from the explorers, when you think of like old time explorers, right? But anyway, so this is just a little bit of history because I can't help myself sometimes. I just can't. Anyway, enough with my shenanigans and my late night shenanigans. Doing like a ton of process voiceovers at one time because I have a ton of stuff that I want to share with you guys, and I want to get it off of my computer and share it. So I'm going to use some buttons. This was one of the things that was in our recipe, and I, at this point, had the buttons from the Pink Paisley collection. I loved those buttons. I used those buttons up like so quick. Oh my goodness. If I thought I would use them enough, I would actually buy another pack, but I don't know if I would use them enough. Plus, you know, I have buttons anyway. Don't you love this? We have stuff in our stash like buttons that are old, but because they're not new and they don't match a collection, we have a hard time using them. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I'm like that. I'm like buttons were one of the first things that I bought a pack of buttons. But what do? I got to buy new buttons. You know, that are just made for this line. That's how they get us. But they just work so well. So I also have some stuff from some other stuff. I think those are from the Maggie Holmes sheet. I really like the X's. And I use that ampersand up at the top because it's just so much fun. I can't help myself but use an ampersand every once in a while. And I'm just kind of adding a few things. I really don't want to go crazy because I want the pictures and that title to be the star. What did I write? Beautiful birds of the island, I think is what I put, or something like that. I don't have a layout out with me, and I don't know where it is. I have tons of boxes of layouts that need to find where my albums are. So this is the point of my unpacking, unrelated to my scrapbooking. Well, it is related to scrapbooking, but not this video. So I hope you guys don't mind me rambling, but I am in the process of trying to find all my albums so I can get all my layouts back in the albums, because I took them out of the albums so they didn't get ruined. And so now I'm just going to use some gold Heidi Shine and some of this red, and I just used just a little teeny tiny bit because I don't want it to look like blood, because that wouldn't be cool. But I did want to use some red. It's like a cherry red. It's just so much fun. So here's the layout, and there's some close-ups, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this old process video, and I will see you guys later. Have an inspired week. Bye.